Now that we have a bunch of experience building our programs and running them on the command line using JEdit and the terminal, let's explore today another option, which is to use a more full-fledged development environment. Today we're going to look at NetBeans and how it can help you debug with some of the more complicated programs that we're starting to write in this class. So debugging is a word that is unique to computer science, or it sprang from computer science. The first computer error that was on the ENIAC was an actual moth caught in the computer, and so the error was fixed by removing the bug, and that now is what we use to refer to any error in the program. Any error in the program is called a bug, and so by removing those bugs we are debugging. You can debug on paper by tracing and keeping track of the values in your variables, and when you're debugging you always have to have an idea of which values should be in your variables. Otherwise, as you watch those values change, you won't know what you're looking for and you won't be able to see what the bug is. So it's important to understand what values you expect to be on those variables. But an IDE like NetBeans, which I have running right now, will let us look at those variables more closely. To get started in NetBeans, you should download it from Blackboard. The link in Blackboard will provide a link to NetBeans, and we're using the SE version of NetBeans, which is in the first column on the NetBeans IDE download page. This is the one you want, Java SE. Once you've downloaded and installed NetBeans, you'll need to find the file that goes with this video, and that is inside Blackboard as well. We're the same place that you found the NetBeans link, debugging.java. So you'll download debugging.java. NetBeans has some requirements for what you name your files, and we've largely glossed over that kind of thing using JEdit because JEdit is so bare bones. But if you follow this procedure in NetBeans, you'll always be fine. So here's the procedure. Go up to the File menu and say New Project. If you want to debug something you've been writing in JEdit, Java will be selected. Click Next. Now I'm going to name this the same as my file name. So my current file is named debuggingpractice.java. So I'm going to name this debugging practice, but with no Java on the end. Now I'm going to go find my CSI 110 location in the project location. And I might have a place for NetBeans projects here just to keep myself organized. Or if you want to start using NetBeans completely and ditch using JEdit, then you can just put it in the place where you would usually put it. So inside Notes, I'll put it here and say Open. And this will be called Debugging Practice. It'll be in a folder called Debugging Practice. I can take all the defaults here and click Finish. And it creates a project for me inside that folder. Okay, so here is my debugging practice, and the reason why I named the project that was because then I get this debuggingpractice.java file, which is the file name that I need to have in order for NetBeans to build this, and for me to be able to use the code that I gave you in Blackboard. I'm going to leave the package declaration and delete everything under here. Then I'm going to go to that file that I downloaded from Blackboard, wherever it is. Say I have it open in JEdit. Start JEdit. Say I have it open in JEdit from when I was editing it before I decided I wanted to start debugging. So I will open it in JEdit, select everything by Command A, Control A on Windows, Command C or Control C to copy, and then I'll switch back to NetBeans and just paste right where I am, underneath the package line. Oh, see, now I've named it the wrong thing. After making a big deal of naming the project, I've named the project the wrong thing. So, no matter, I will just change this to match the file name. The usual rules apply. This class name must match the file name that it's in. Okay, now I'm going to run it to make sure that it runs, and then we'll start looking at the debugger. It should build and run fine. If it doesn't, you might have accidentally deleted the package description. What it should do is prompt you to enter a number over and over, give you the opportunity to enter another number, and then When you're finished entering numbers, you can type N and it will give you the total sum of the numbers entered. So that's what it's supposed to do. In the next video, we'll start debugging.